Greetings. Hi, I'm Joe, and nice to be able to speak with you. And golly, welcome to the internet communication. And golly, kind of kind of shy and kind of quiet, but some things to chat about. And I'd like to share a bit of a view with you. This is just from about a week and a half ago when I got up before dawn. The carriage came early. I'm in a wheelchair, by the way. Uh, I get around with wheels. And anyways, the carriage showed up early, and I was up before dawn and able to take this picture out my window. And I'll tell you a bit about it. Um, there's the station across the street, Pacific Central Station, and it's just a little bump on the horizon there. There's a mountain, Mount Baker. And the thing is the sun is coming up behind it. And this is the shadow of the mountain on the belly of the clouds. And it's quite beautiful to me, anyways. And it that shadow is just a passing moment when the mountain and the sun line up. And it just lasts a few moments, but the world is spinning. And I actually just looked up kind of thing. You might know that in metric, the world's circumference is about 40,000 kilometers. Um, the equatorial circumference is a bit bigger than the polar circumference because the spin of the planet makes it bulge a bit in the middle. But both top to bottom and sideways, 40,000 kilometers is roughly it for the circumference of the world. That means that at the equator, 40,000 divided by 24 means that at the equator, the world is spinning at 1,000 and 2/3, 667 kph. And that's pretty quick, spinning at 1,600 kilometers per hour. But I'm kind of in Canada, and I'm in between the 49th and 50th parallel. And I did some digging into how long that is. How long is the 49th and 50th parallel? And I didn't get an exact answer from the internet, but I got a close answer. And it's about 1,125 kilometers per hour, just spinning around the axis of the center of the world. And so in this picture, the sun isn't rising. The world is turning toward the sun, a turn toward. So we're turning, we're spinning, we're in motion. And it can be kind of almost a giddy, beautiful dance to be aware of, that we're in flight around the world. And geez, so So at the 49th parallel, the circle is about 27,000 kilometers, and that's quite a bit less than at the equator of 40,000 kilometers. So minus 13 pow. But still, 27,000 is a lot. When you get up the curve to the pole, you're not traveling distance at all. You're standing still, but you're just turning around, pivoting in place at the pole. That's the axis. And the axis is what we're spinning around. So noticing the axis, noticing the circumference, noticing the play of light and shadow. And that shadow on the bottom of the cloud, the belly of the cloud, that's the shadow of the mountain on the horizon. And that mountain is actually a volcano, Mount Baker, and it has a glacier on top. And volcanoes are a reminder that life has risks and there's dangers to be aware of and cautions to exercise. And being aware of one's surroundings matters. Hey, just thought I'd show you a little bit of a funny angle when I pull away from the screen. I kind of vanish, but then I kind of show up and it just looks kind of funny and I thought I'd share it with you. Before wrapping, this is just a brief introductory saying hey kind of thing. But looking at the world and being here is there's a lot of different ways of seeing that. And I'd like to show you another before wrapping this little video. Give me a moment. So this is a different view of the Earth spinning and the sun, and it shows the magnetosphere. That's or maybe just do it this way. The magnetosphere is a whole bunch bigger than the physical planet. Gee, words are funny. Magnetism is a part of physics as well, even though it's not the sort of tangible of objects. It's an attribute of some object. But we're being shielded from the incredible energies of the sun. The magnetosphere is a shield, a protective barrier from an excess of radiation. And just being aware that we are protected from other flavors of danger, things that would eradicate this kind of life form entirely. But we sit in a balance, in a kind of a haven, a protected area. And that warrants awareness, attention, appreciation, and maybe even figuring out a way of being of service to something bigger. than me. And mentioning the magnetosphere and the electromagnetic spectrum, of which the extent of my ignorance is far larger than the extent of my knowledge. And that's actually a rather usual circumstance. I'm always learning. And some things I understand, some things I come to understand. But mentioning the magnetosphere and the electromagnetic spectrum, I just want to point out that this little video of me chatting is an artifact of electromagnetic understanding of our culture and our community that I have access to. Just because I'm disabled in several flavors, I'm actually also able in quite a few sectors as well. And right this instant, I'm making an electromagnetic artifact and hanging it on the global mind, the internet, the noosphere, our global communications tool, which is kind of extraordinary. This little piece of communication between me and you is a product of centuries of study and understanding of how the world works and where we are and who we are. And so, howdy. And I'm just gonna figure out how to hang this on a YouTube page so that others can see it. Kind of nifty, eh? So, hey do, howdy. And actually, howdy is, again, for me, not just a friendly greeting, but an acronym for honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, and do you? Do you? Do I? Can I be honest? Can I communicate? Can I be heard? Can you listen? Well, they're all in play. And so, howdy and hey do. Kind of a beautiful world, ain't it? Have a great one. And I'll figure out how to put this up and then get on to maybe a next one. Okay, be well.